Hey guys, it's Kevin here from Hope Mission, and as you probably know, it is pretty cold in the city today. And here at the mission, it's pretty busy. We've been serving a lot of our vulnerable neighbors. This last few weeks, our number of meals have been up. We've had a lot of people in shelter, and I just want to tell you a story that came from our rescue vans and our nursing clinic. I was just talking to our some of our nurses about a guy that was brought in from our rescue van. So I want to tell you about Daniel. Now Daniel was brought in from the cold. He was wandering and super confused on the street, and so the rescue vans brought him in, and he wasn't able to talk. He was an elderly man, and he couldn't really speak. He couldn't articulate his words, but he kept pointing at his wallet. And so once he was brought in, the nurses thought, well, he's pointing at his wallet. They should probably go through and see what's in this wallet that's so important to him. So they started going through some of the cards in the wallet, and they saw this one card that had a phone number in it. So they called this phone number to see who was on the other end of this line, and it was a family member. And as it turned out, Daniel was a missing person. He was a man with dementia that had gone missing and was wandering around outside. Guys, I can't tell you what that does to my heart. People thought that this man, like he had a facility where he was being looked after, but somehow he'd wandered outside and was confused and scared and alone and cold, and he was brought to the shelter here. But I'm thankful that they were able to figure out where Daniel needed to go. Our vulnerable neighbors need support. There's a lot of people out in the cold, and whether it's folks like Daniel who have a place to go, have family that are taking care of them, and we can get them back to where they need to be, or we can bring them in for shelter. We can provide medical care. We can provide meals, whatever it is. That's what we do here at the mission. That's what your support does here at the mission. More importantly, you can help out today. It's cold outside. It's snowing, as you can see all around me. You can go to hopemission.com and support our vulnerable neighbors, people who need help, people out in the cold like Daniel. Something else that's been on my mind this last week. I was listening to a guy on a podcast talk, and he's a physicist. You might wonder, what does physics have to do with this? And that's what I thought too when I started listening to this. But he was talking about how we have these ideas sometimes, these ideas about how to change things, these ideas about how to make a difference. And we get these ideas into our head, and we talk about them, and we talk and we talk and we talk. And we think we should do this, we should do that. And he said in physics, it's the same. We could set a direction about how to make a change, but really in physics, change happens when you apply force over time. And that's the other half of it. You can set a direction on something, but nothing will change unless you apply force over time. And we can talk about this. We can talk about helping people. We can talk about making a difference, but unless we actually act on it, what's ever going to change? And here's the reality. A lot of us think that our vulnerable neighbors, those experiencing homelessness in our city, we think that the majority of people are kind of always the same people on the street, but it's not. It's a constant, like, changing population that we're helping people get back up on their feet, and then there's other people falling into a bad situation, and then we help those people get back up on their feet. It's only 4% of people that we serve that are kind of chronically unhoused here in the city, and that's a pretty small number. I mean, it's a lot of people given the scale of it all, but percentage wise, there's thousands of people for whom, just thousands, for whom they fall into a bad situation. They come to the mission for help, and because of your support, they get a meal, they get shelter, and they're able to get back up on their feet, all because someone like you did something. Someone like you applied some force over time. They made a donation, and that made a difference to them. Meals, shelter, medical care, housing support, social work, it all helped them make changes in their lives over the time that they were here. And that really helps. It makes a difference in people's lives. And that's also the kind of really incredible impact of monthly donations. You can set up your account so that it automatically will make a donation every single month. That's one of the things I love about monthly donations is we can help people who are continually kind of coming to us like new people. The people last month are not the same as the people here this month. And so then we can steadily, continually be applying that change, that help, that support, that love and care, that hope, truly that hope for those people who are here today, who were not here yesterday. So that those thousands of people who are falling into a bad situation and need that help, that help can be there for them. Anyway, something to consider. I know I was inspired by that from a physicist of all people that had such deep and inspiring words to say. That made me think a lot. So if you think about people like Daniel who needed just to be reconnected with the place that was caring for him, or other people that are being picked up, lots of people being brought in with frostbite that need that to be checked on. A lot of people who were preventing frostbite. There's also folks being brought in with wet clothes where they're in the snow so long, the snow melts on their clothing, it gets wet, and the rescue vans are being called to help them. They're brought in, and just a pair of like dry set of clothes for them makes the world of a difference for them. Again, you can go to hopemission.com to make a donation towards our vulnerable neighbors today. And guys, it makes a world of a difference to people like Daniel, to the many people we're serving on average more than 2,500 meals a day recently, and often more than 3,000 meals in a single day the last few weeks. And typically we're seeing more than 1,000 people in Edmonton shelters at Hope Mission these days. I thank you for those of you who are supporting the work here. It means so much to me and to the community here that you guys are helping people get back up on their feet. Thousands of people every year are being served and finding hope again because of people like you. Also, if you are out and about today and you see someone that needs to be checked in on, that needs a ride to shelter, it is cold, please give our rescue vans a call. That is in the city of Edmonton. You call 211, and when prompted, press 3, and you'll be connected to our dispatchers. And from there, they'll be able to send a rescue van to bring folks into the mission, into safe shelter. Thank you for all that you do. Again, hopemission.com to support our vulnerable neighbors. Thank you guys for being people that care and have compassion on